Hey, what's going on everyone? Tryhard Casual here. On today's episode of Konar Slayer, we're killing black dragons in the Myths Guild dungeon. So what I found out right away is when you try and look up the Myths Guild dungeon, it doesn't exactly exist. The Myths Guild side of the dungeon is only half of it. The entire thing is called the Corsair Cove dungeon if you wanted to look it up. As far as the black dragons down there go, there's 2 regular ones and 1 baby one. So I wouldn't suggest killing the baby one because you'll have to wait for it to respawn. So when you're killing the dragons down there, you can go with any combat style. I don't think magic is worth it, but you might be able to make like a tiny bit of profit if you use a cheap spell. But it's going to slow down your kills quite a bit. There's also a safe spot down there, so you're able to range in complete peace. Because my combat stats are pretty high and I have the Dragon Hunter Lance, I'm going to take melee on this one though. As usual, whenever I talk about dragons, I would not suggest doing melee unless you at least have a Zamorakian Hasta. Overall, range will probably be better if you don't have one. Really, the only thing of note is that in my shield slot I don't have any anti-fire protection. To compensate for that, we're going to have some potions in our inventory. One in particular, the extended super anti-fire, will completely negate all the dragon fire damage you're going to take. It is going to be more expensive though. If you wanted something cheaper, you can take a regular super anti-fire and also bring a dragon fire shield in your shield slot. But beyond that, we're going to have a divine super combat potion. For my spec weapon, I'm going to have a Saradomin Godsword. I'm also going to have a few lobsters with me just for healing while I'm down there. So how much food you bring and what food you're going to bring is really going to be determined by your combat stats. I personally don't think I'll need more than 12 per trip, but if your combat stats are a little bit lower, you want to fill up on food. Even if you don't use it all, you can just drop it because the dragon hide and the dragon bones are going to be worth more. Beyond that, we're just going to have a rune pouch in my inventory. Nothing inside of it, it's just to hold some loot. And then to help us get there, we're going to have a mythical cape. So getting to the Myths Guild should be pretty easy. If you completed the quest, you're going to have the cape that gets you right inside the entrance. But if you don't have that for some reason, then there's a spirit tree that's right outside. So once you actually go inside the dungeon, the black dragons we want to kill are going to be right over here. Okay, so we're down here inside the dungeon. Right in this little crevice will be our safe spot, so you're able to hit both the dragons from this little corner. Really, there isn't anything else to go over. It's, like I said, a very standard dragon task. So I'm going to start my little timer, and if you stick around to the end, we'll talk about the loot and all that other good stuff.